Welcome to the Rick Helps Real Estate Show. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Saw a comment the other day on somebody else's channel, and they said that realtors use the CMI, Crawford Market Index, like real estate opium. In other words, we're just attached to those numbers, and we think that tells us everything. Obviously, somebody that doesn't know that much about real estate business at all, and just felt the need to make a comment, so I just kind of looked at it and laughed. But it's a number that I look at. It's a very proprietary number that the Crawford people put together. But like everything else in data, it's not the only thing. It's going to tell you some things. It's not going to tell you everything. So when you take a look at the data points on the Crawford Market Index and you start rolling it and comparing it to other things that you see, it's easy to make some conclusions about where the market is. Now, one thing to caution people on the Crawford Market Index is, remember, it's a lagging indicator. By lagging, I mean it's like 30 days old, maybe 45, because these numbers don't get recorded until the sale is closed. So you kind of take a look at the CMI and go, okay, that's a lagging indicator. That's where we were. Where are we at today? Because right now it's showing us right by city. And that's another thing. The CMI changes dramatically by city. You can see at Fountain Hills is still what we would consider a seller's market. Same with Chandler. And Buckeye's getting beat up down there pretty bad at 52. Maricopa has risen. They're up at 61. Those are the areas where there's a lot of new construction, so people are competing with that. And then a lot of debate over, well, what's it mean, buyer's market or seller's market? Well, all depends on you. And here's where we're at if you want to compare it by year. And this is the Crawford Market Index, showing us pretty much tracking to last year and kind of staying flat. Started looking like it was going to trend up a little bit, but it's not. It's staying flat. So we look at the market and go, okay, well, it's not spiking up. It's not spiking down as far as a supply and demand index. Historically, what does it mean? Here's a chart that shows the market index as a predictor of future price appreciation. Now, back here in 2004, you can see it started climbing up pretty good. And then the prices in the light blue number there took off like crazy, didn't they? So now this is when things fell apart, but the CMI was showing you that there wasn't a lot of inventory and there were a lot of sales. Well, then all of a sudden, right around here, 2006, we could see that inventory was growing like there was no tomorrow. Sales were not increasing. The CMI dropped. Here, right where I've got this X, look ahead, you can see what happened to pricing. Same here, slight downturn, pricing went down. Slight upturn in the CMI, pricing went up. Kind of stayed there for a while. Muddled along where we're at now. And where we're at today is it's going down, but down slightly. And so it's telling you that there isn't any price appreciation coming down the road. Now, that's an indicator there. It's about a month old. I look at that. I take the CMI and I go, okay, well, what else am I seeing? This is my simple 7-day moving average. Kind of messed up because I haven't been able to stay on top of it for a while here. But the big yellow mass down the bottom, well, that's new inventory. That's new listings that have come on. The black line, that's new sales, new contracts. Now you hear people say nobody's buying. I disagree. We've got 2,400 people to 3,000 people buying every 7 days. So there are buyers. Slow? Yep. It's been incredibly slow. Realtors have had a tough time drumming up business. Realtors are only happy when their house prices are rising. Honestly, we could care less. Doesn't make any difference to our business model. What makes a difference for us is volume, transactions, how many homes are being bought and sold. Therefore, we have more opportunities to help people with that transaction. Now, this one I like. It comes out once a month. This is the Crawford Demand Index put into a graph, a supply index here. And you can see that the supply is the blue line and the demand is the red line. You can see that demand is going up slightly. Like I just said, it's up to about 3,000, 3,200. And the supply is pretty much flat, trying to go up. But when you look back historically, where supply has grossly outstripped demand on the CMI index, then you know what happened. Prices came down. Conversely, as supply fell to the bottom of the earth about 4,500 units. Yet demand started increasing right up here. You know the story. Prices went nuts. So we used the CMI to look and see if maybe there's more of that showing up. Right now, we've got some clear direction, although it's not major moves that say prices are not going up anytime soon, and they certainly are going down. They're not going down much, but they are going down. And again, it depends on the area. It depends on the active listings in your area. Right now, our active listings are pretty much par with last year. They're just staying right flat. So don't expect a lot of changes, but there's a lot of noise out there, isn't there? There's a war. We're getting a new Fed chairman. The bond market really hasn't reacted much when it comes to interest rates. So all of this could change in a New York minute, but that's where we're at with active listings. Here's the one I like to look at too, and this is seller paid concessions. Again, this is lagging. This is a month old. But if sales were really picking up, see, I make this mistake. Here, look at this. Now, I don't put it in front of you. If sales are really picking up, sellers would not have to offer too much in the name of concessions. As you can see right now, we're still at 53%. 52% of home sellers are offering concessions. They don't have to do that if the market is brisk. As you can see back here in 2022, you only had 3,080 offering concessions. So they don't list the percentage right here, but let's see. Yeah, 1.3%. Is that 1.3? No, I'm sorry. It's 12%, 13% compared to over half the people now. The dollar amount here always tends to show 10,000, but it's more than that. So that's how I use the CMI. Now, I use the CMI. I look at neighborhood data. I try to see if there's any kind of a trend. Are there any neighbors that are getting beat up bad? Some are coming out pretty well. That's what the zip code report is really good for you. You can click on that QR code or the link down below, ask for a zip code report. It'll give you the CMI. It'll give you all kinds of stuff, months of supply, appreciation, depreciation, everything you want to know about your neighborhood. So just request that zip code report, and I'll try to get it out to you as fast as I can. And you be able to see and spot trends. So my bottom line is the CMI the know-it-all in our real estate world? No, not at all. But it's a great tool, and very few markets have it. We're fortunate to have somebody like the Crawford Report compile all this data for us. It's very helpful. The other news that's out there right now is there's some merging going on. And you can see here that Real Brokerage is acquiring RE/MAX. That's huge. But RE/MAX was financially bleeding to death. They were in terrible, terrible trouble. So they were ripe for an acquisition. So Real Brokerage came in and gave them an offer they couldn't refuse. We're seeing Compass start to buy brokerages. Saw Rocket Mortgage buy Redfin. This is going to be the year of acquisitions. Where it leads, where it goes, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the 90s where grocery stores were all getting gobbled up. And it was just, everybody's like, oh, when's Bashas' going to sell? Well, they never sold, but everybody else consolidated. I think because of the lawsuits, the lack of volume that's out there, some brokerages are not performing very well. They need a cash influx. You're going to see a lot more of that. What does it matter to you and me? Well, to me, it could matter quite a bit. Who I do business with, where I'm hanging my license. For you, the consumer, I don't even think you're going to feel it. Do you really care that one brokerage has 3,000 agents and the other agent you're working with only has 500? Probably not. You care most about that one person that you're dealing with. So I don't get too caught up in, oh my gosh, they're giant now. They're in several countries. They've got 300,000 agents. I'm very ambivalent about that, saying, man, well, so what? They're in Czechoslovakia. Yay. So we'll keep watching these CMI numbers to see what's going on. We got the Fed data coming out, the meeting coming out on Wednesday. We got a new Fed chairman. Again, I don't expect much. I do getting into the summertime, but it's impossible for anybody to guess what's going to happen. So I intend to try and get on here and do this once a week, but I might get interrupted a little bit. Looks like I might have another procedure coming up, which I'm really not looking forward to. Anyway, if you have any questions, shoot me an email at rick@rickhelps.com. Take care.